systemic violence specifically is so ingrained, in various institutions that it's fed by silence.
The 12 Days Committee has launched its annual 12 Days of Activism Against Gender Violence campaign. This year, the theme is systemic violence to ensure that women are not being forgotten amid the ongoing pandemic. More than 10 different women's groups are organizing online activities to raise public awareness of the problem of violence against women.
We experience specific forms of violence, and therefore we have specific needs. And it's very easy to forget that in this pandemic, under the guise of, everybody's suffering, everybody's affected.
The pandemic has made it even more difficult for women to leave a violent relationship during the lockdown, a situation made worse by the fact that fewer beds are available in women's shelters.
People who that are maybe in a violent relationship, it makes it a lot more challenging to reach out for help. Shelters have been cut like half capacity because of the restrictions for distancing. And as well, we know that when people are struggling more with poverty, are struggling day to day, that does increase violence in their lives.
We've seen how hard it was for some women to access just very basic services, even the health services. We've seen that with Joyce. I mean, I think we don't have anything to add to that. We're dying.
The awareness campaign, launched on November 25th, runs through to December 6th. The closing date is the National Day of Remembrance and Action on Violence Against Women, the anniversary of the murder of 14 young women in 1989 at the École Polytechnique de Montréal. The annual 12 Days of Action on Violence Against Women campaign is an opportunity to present concrete solutions to eradicate violence.
The bigger goal is to really give tools to these women to understand and to respond to all the kinds of violence that they suffer from.
It's again another way for us to put pressure on our government to put the resources to prevent a lot of the violence. We know we have an inquiry of missing Indigenous women and girls, trans Two-Spirit. We have the Viennes Commission for systemic discrimination. So it's just to put the financing and have a political will.
There's so many things that we have to just rethink, and we have to do this in common. And it's specifically important here because, some people in the government don't seem to want to do that.
In Montreal, Samsara Rainville, City News.